We're here, Kentucky Derby, Moton, Pennsylvania, at my boy Alex Pfister's house. I'm intoxicated. We're all intoxicated. Let me show you how it looks.
They tell me slow down, but they don't know how. Have my eyes turned upside down. 'Cause I can't get away from this. I've been trapped inside this town, losing all my memories. I'm just trying to find my way back home. Now that I can barely breathe. I know that I am better off alone. Rage in my bedroom, I've been losing sight. Sitting at a focus, I might lose my mind. Fighting off temptations, trying to kill time. I hate to admit it, I thought you were mine. Hopeless, hope you know this. You was banging on my door, you a whole bitch. In the drop top with the cold wrist. I've been riding with my brothers like the Jonas. My head's spinning now, doing all the crazy things people talk about. I've been cashing out, got a Gucci sweater now. You can catch me at the party, I bring down the house. I can show you what it's all about. I don't know what you've been told. So when I'm off the drugs, I just lose control. Yeah, I can't even take you home, but I don't wanna spend another night alone. Late night, coke lights. Tell my mom I ain't coming home tonight. Did so much wrong, trying to make it right. I'm a shining star in the darkest night.
Shout out to Nick, one of the boys from the weekly home game who won the first ever Ding Dong giveaway. I'm putting $10 on the roulette number of his choice. And if you want a free sweat at $350 also, comment your favorite roulette number down below and I will pick a comment at random to possibly win big in the next video. Let's hit that number 27. Mike Trout. Come on. Ding Dong. Damn. Number 1. Better luck next time. But for now, let's bring you to Week 10. Week 10 seating assignments. Tough table, honestly, as we are sitting with Dave and Medio, who are 2 super hopefuls. And Caitlin is definitely a wild card. Let's take you to the action. Bro, look at all these fish. They're about to get dingity-donged, and they don't even know it.
All the luck in the world isn't going to change things for these guys. They're simply overmatched.
Let's go. Look at this table view. Bunch of fish in the water, boys. In the last hand of the first level, we pick up 5-7 of diamonds under the gun +1 and limp. Ron limps to our left, and Caitlin fires a 5.5x raise to 1100. It folds around to me, and maybe I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, but I make the call. Ron calls as well, and we are 3 ways to the 4 King 5 rainbow flop. We all check and see another king on the turn. I know Ron is calling wide to end the pre-flop action, and Caitlin could literally have any 2 cards here. So thinking my 5 is good and at least one of these players may continue with the worse hand than mine, I lead for 1550. My plan doesn't work, and they both fold. With blinds at 150, 300, Tom makes it 800 under the gun +1. And it folds around to me. I'm almost halfway to a royal flush already, so he's not getting rid of me just yet. I call on the cutoff, and Steve does too. We go 3 ways to a flop of King Jack 3, all clubs, and Tom c-bets for another 800. I call, and Steve folds. We go heads up to the Jack of Diamonds on the turn. He checks, and I decide to check back. Tom's a solid player, and I feel like the majority of his hands he's raising with in early position are beating my hand right now, unless he has something like 7s, 8s, 9s, or 10s. I ask for a club on the river, which I really don't want to see, and yes, it comes to 4 of clubs. We both quickly check, and he turns over 2 black 10s. He 4-flushed me. Nice hand. I told him to look happy for the vlog after taking my chips. First break, 31,950 chips. Chips are flying at my table. Same thing happened last week. I don't really understand it. I mean, we kind of have somewhat of a feature table. Medio, Dave L. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. We just need to get a stack. Coming back to 250, 500 blinds. Everyone's still in. It's gonna be a grind as always, but these last 3 weeks are key. If we top 7, we still have a chance. But unfortunately, I'll become a no-hoper if I get 8th or under. I've come across this in the past couple weeks. I'm not sure whether to become super aggressive and try to get a stack or to play super tight and just play my ultra premium hands and get a stack that way. But the more fun way to do it would be to play super aggressive. We're gonna get back in there and get some chips. Ding dong, let's get it. With blinds at 250, 500, I pick up my favorite hand on the button. With 2 limps to me, I decide to be a donkey and pop it up to 3,100, hoping I can steal the chips of the limpers and the players in the blinds. It folds around to the first limper, Marco, who snap shoves. I'm going to play unconventionally today because I need to run deep and get a stack so I can final table and keep my hopes alive in this league. It's 99.75 more. I tell him I have my favorite hand, and he says,
I have you dominated if you have your favorite hand. I will tell you that. So you should be able to know exactly what I have with that.
but why are you telling me that though?
Maybe I don't want to flip.
It's not a flip though.
How have I been running, TJ?
True, it makes me want to call. I either got to get a stack or I'm out of the league anyway. I call. You have ace jack, you win. What I figured.
I told you. You did just knowing.
How's he running, right? 10 in the window? Nope, need a 10.
7. Boom.
10 high flush, I win.
Oh my god. Oh, Jack. Oh my god. Woo.
A hand later, I'm tilting my balls off, and I limp 7-6 off after Caitlin limps in front of me. The button and small blind come in as well, and Tony pops it up to 2,500 in the big blind. Caitlin calls, and I shove my last 17,200 chips in the middle at 500 big blind. I gotta get a stack somehow. Let's do it this way. It folds to Tony, who tanks for about 5 minutes. This is the longest hand I've ever recorded. We found out later what he was holding. Spoiler alert, he has ace-queen here. Tank as long as you want, Tony. After all, he is a hopeful in the same position as me. If he does well today, he can finish in the top 3 and win a main event seat, possibly. Big decision. After what seemed like 4,373,241 years, Tony folds and Caitlin does too. That was pretty fun for me, but you know what will be more fun? Let's run it out and see if Tony would have won. This man would have flopped Broadway.
Leather to keep me hot.
Okay.
Shirt to keep me cool. Glasses to see you lose.
He left the table and went right to the bar to get a drink. I do believe this may be the sweetest ding-dong so far in this vlog. Got him. With blinds at 400, 800, I limp king 3 of diamonds in late position. Steve does too, and Caitlin raises to 2,200 on the button. Tom folds a small blind, Medio comes in the big blind, and Steve and I come in as well. We are 4 ways to the 9-4-8 2-spade flop, and we all check. The 10 of diamonds hits the turn, and we all check again. The river comes a deuce, which should change nothing. I smell weakness. When Medio checks for a 3rd time, I bet 3,000, hoping I can get this bluff through. Steve snap calls, which is a bad sign, and he shows ace-queen for ace-high. Nice read there, sir. Last time I checked, ace-high does beat king-high. I thought king-high would actually get through there, but no, I guess not. With blinds still at 400, 800, Matt G makes it 2,500 under the gun. I'm next to act and I have ace-queen, but Matt is a newcomer to the league this year and he's on the tighter side. He actually hasn't really played a hand at all today, so that's alarming. Knowing this, I just call hoping that the flop is in my favor. The rest of the table folds and we go heads up to the 7-8-9 rainbow flop. He c-bets 3,500 and I let it go. I ask him if he wants to show the camera and yep, good fold by me. He had pocket jacks.
You just want him to move back and forth and yeah.
All in. I've really taken a beating the last few levels and dinner break is approaching. I don't want to head into dinner with under 10K, so when I see Jack 4 of spades, I ship it in under the gun for my last 59.50 chips. Shipping under the gun, that should look strong. Tom calls, and the blinds fold. I'm up against pocket 5s for my tournament life with the hand that is really quite terrible. But as Mike McDermott said in Rounders, always leave yourself outs. And I did, especially when a jack hits the flop. In the last hand before dinner break, Caitlin raised to 7,000 under the gun, and Tom min-clicked it to 14,000 under the gun +1. It folds around to Caitlin, and she shoves it in when it's folded to her, and Tom calls. Caitlin then said she had her favorite hand. I guess this table's full of players that overplay their favorite hand, but she finds herself in bad shape for a massive pot with Queen 8 of clubs against Tom's queens. Here's what happened.
Jack's spicy ones.
Oh,
bro, no way.
my God.
Come on, baby. No.
TJ, go. Come
Come
on.
on. One more.
Peel your own.
Red.
It's okay.
Dan, that was spicy. Dinner break chip counts, episode 10. I have 11,850.
Kenny Rogers says you never count your money when you're sitting at the tables.
Busto.
I got 14,000. 50. 23,700. 60,200. 37. 27,800. Maybe 19,000. That's it.
Like 20?
42.5.
17,000.
15 something.
Probably about 30.
50.
I got like 37,000. 15 to
19,10. 45,000. 25.
32?
25. No good.
I'm pretty low. I think I got like 20-something thousand.
30 even.
20,000.
42,000.
29,400.
32.
Under 10.
We got a lot of subs today. I think there's 5 different subs. People couldn't make it or they pretty much given up on the league. So Jeremy texted me and asked me to find a sub for Eric. This is Reggie. We met at a Harris Daily, like 2018.
Is that long ago?
I took all his chips. Actually, I don't know if I took all his chips, but
You remember that?
we became friendly. You know, we were grind dailies together pretty much. I called him up, had him sub today, so he has a little free roll. With blinds at 500, 1,000 with a 1,000 big blind ante, I find myself very short on big blinds behind, so I pick up Queen 10 offsuit on the button and shove it in when it folds around to me. The blinds fold as well, and I pick up a much needed 2,500 chips to add to my 11,900 chip stack. A couple hands later, I pick up Ace Queen of Hearts and shove it in again. Everyone folds, and I get to add another 2,500 chips to my stack.
That's actually upper echelon of what he's been showing.
Shut up. With blinds at 600, 1,200 with a 1,200 big blind ante, I pick up pocket aces in the cutoff.
Pocket aces. I love pocket aces.
Let's go. Time to chip up. Especially with my current image at the table, shoving to steal blinds because I'm a short stack, this should be a perfect scenario. I raise to 3,000 when it folds to me, and Tom in the big blind is the only caller. Time to get him back for 4 flushing me earlier. We see the 5, 10, 8 all heart flop, and I immediately pretend to check my cards to see if I have a heart, even though I know I have the ace of hearts. I lead for 3K after he checks, and he insta-calls. The 10 of spades hits the turn, which doesn't seem like a great card, but we both check and see the jack of spades on the river. I bricked my nut flush draw, but are my aces even good here? I don't think they are good, especially after he bets 6K. I'm definitely not raising, but I do decide on a call. He flopped top pair, turned trips, and rivered a boat, absolutely murdering my aces. That really hurts our chances this week and this year. With blinds at 800, 1,600 with a 1,600 big blind ante, I shove my last 15,200 chips in with pocket 4s on the button. Steve calls with pocket 9s, and we're going to need a miracle to survive here. I deal my own fate, and the miracle did not happen. Week over, league over, better luck next year, I guess. Good game. Well, just busted. It's raining outside, so that's fitting. It's still light out. It's never good when you bust this league when it's still light out. You want to walk out when it's dark. I made a few unconventional plays, which was fine. I played a little risky today. I was either going to finish very high and top 5 or get out pretty early, and the latter happened. I shoved pocket 4s at 800, 1,600 with like 16,000 chips, and I run into 9s. So better luck next year. I've become a no-hoper. Good luck to everyone else that's still in the running.
Cause we do this all the time. Tell me where your mind's at, baby, take your time. No, we can't rewind that, you know you crossed the line. Ain't no going back to that, did too many lines like this 1985. Cause I'm a criminal, you know I'ma take it all, gonna take it all. I ain't never gonna fall, I ain't gonna fall. You know I'ma take it all, I'ma take it all.